The opinions expressed in tonight's podcast are those of the individuals speaking. They do not necessarily reflect the views of HarrisFilm Productions or its other crew members.
Commander Stahl, hailing frequencies are open.
HarrisFilm Productions, Task Force 78. The stuff dreams are made of. Exploring the frontiers we're part of. Through warp and through review, adventure spins on. With HarrisFilm blazing from dusk till dawn. A positive, creative voice is now online.
These things take time. Hold on a second. It's misbehaving. Hi, everybody. This is Steve Harry Harris, and we have the HarrisFilm crew and the Borg Hunters crew in the house. So take a look at this.
Engine number 2 is inoperable. The ship's firing up again.
Evasive maneuvers!
We missed the target. They fooled us.
Shield's down to 10%. We won't survive another hit.
Who are you, and why are you here?
I am Gerard from the House of Kor.
Assimilate. Our ship still has a regeneration chamber. We can take you to a starbase to be restored who you were.
We need to get out!
Lieutenant Wada.
Ship decloaking.
He is Gerard from the House of Kor. He escaped from the Borg Collective and needs to be de-assimilated. Evasive maneuvers!
Yes, sir. The engines are damaged. We're dead in the water.
You have nowhere to go. Technological distinctiveness to our own. Or culturally adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
Wow. That was awesome. Who's your VFX guy? Dave,
Wayne,
who's your
Wayne Harding.
Wade Harding. Oh, I know him. Okay. We were working on a project together one time. Okay. So this is David Cheng, Mike Longo, and you see Mark Lum, who I called David Lum this week. I'm sorry, Mark. I've got a lot on my mind. And of course, you know Roy Ivy and Bruce Turner. Also, we have Matt Arnold in standby. So welcome to the show, everybody.
Thank you.
We enjoyed Borg Hunters. I'll call it number 1. Borg Hunters 1. We just released the review yesterday. And I hope that you enjoyed the review as much as we enjoyed the film. We were really impressed. Of course, we are also filmmakers, so we understand a lot of the challenges. We have a lot of the same challenges that you guys do. And especially since you have to deal with most of the time, everybody's all volunteer, you know. So you've got to deal with real life problems, real life work situations, and that kind of a thing. And you still accomplished 2 Borg films in what, a year, 2 years? How long did it take you?
The first one was released in 2022.
Okay. But you had the idea, and then you actually got everything together and created it. How long did that take?
Well, we started working on another one not too long after the first one, but it did take a while for us to, finalize everything and coordinate our schedules to get all the filming and stuff done and all the post-production work. So, it's now 2026, so 4 years later.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, see, Roy, that's not too bad. We have this running joke. Yeah. You got this idea. Hey, Steve, that's a great idea. Let's do it. Okay, and we start filming, and it's 2022. And here it is, 2026, and the 2022 one's still not out. So that's just the way things go sometimes. Other stories evolve, and they become more important than the one you started, and you're learning on the go here. So eventually, your stories all finally line up together. Is that how it works for you, David?
It just depends. Every film is a little different. The one that we released last year, Time and Time Again, we actually started filming, I think, in 2019. Mm-hmm. And it got interrupted by COVID, and then we switched to what they call pandemic film mode and did other things. Finally, we didn't get it done until last year, so that was quite a long time. That took longer to get that one done.
Right.
That's worth the wait.
It was. I mean, it's quality, right? You also have to deal with your own standards. Are you gonna just go ahead and release it, or are you gonna try to make it a little better before it gets released? We have quality control meetings, and sometimes I'm like, Roy's like, it's done. It's done. Let it go. Stop.
He's like, enough.
Sometimes you have to end it, Sometimes you have to. They say that no film project is ever done. It's just abandoned.
That's right. That was George Lucas who said that.
Yeah. Or it's, like Steven Spielberg is, or George Lucas is always reinvented or re-edited later. Here's a new edition. So, Michelangelo, man, I was looking at the credits, and you got a lot of credits in these films.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I guess so.
So, tell us a little bit about your experience on Borg Hunters.
My experience on Borg Hunters, sort of creative consultant, acting mostly. And so typically when David has an idea for a film, he'll say, hey, I got these ideas, and then he'll kind of send us like a synopsis and things like, what do you think? And we offer our input. Then he writes together a script, and we all kind of have like a little creative meeting about it, and then we kind of finalize the script together. So it's sort of a group effort, but David's a real leader in this, and I'm very happy to be a crew member of his.
Yeah, I'm glad you're there too. What about the photography? Were you the director of photography on these?
No, that's primarily David. I'm
Okay.
sorry. That's mostly that's Mark, and I substitute just for like a few scenes, the scenes that Mark's in. But I've kind of taken a back seat, but I do help with the lighting and that sort of thing, because we've got to spread those things out so we can focus on our lines and acting, as well as everything else that's going on. And David's sort of our coordinator and script supervisor, but they all kind of overlap a little bit. But
Yeah, well, that's the way it works here.
because as you know, if you have one person doing everything, then it's just too much.
It won't get done, right,
Yeah.
Roy?
Yeah, or something's going to fall through the cracks that shouldn't.
Exactly, and that happens.
I'm
to me.
really not the bad guy in this situation, just so that you know.
No, he's not. He's a great mentor and advisor. He's all the guys look up to Roy. He's got the most experience in fan films in our group, so we enjoy getting his advice every time we run into an issue, even if it's something that he doesn't have experience with, like VFX. He may not know how to do the VFX, but he knows what looks good, right? And we're like, is this good enough? He's like, yeah, let it go.
Yeah, I mean, there is a point with some things. It's like, well, you can beat it to death, but is it going to be? How much better will it be? Will it be this much better, or will it be this much better? Well, if you can be this much better, maybe go for it. But if it's just that much,
yeah, especially depends on the time crunch and what's your goal of when are you going to release it. You know,
right.
if you start something in January and you want it out in December, wow, that that might be pushing it. It just depends on how long the script is.
Yeah, sometimes, and I kind of feel that sometimes you do have to wait a little bit longer, and if sometimes it'll pay off.
Yeah, and it also depends on how you can shuffle things around. We had a project we did one year. We got that Christmas, that Klingon Christmas thing we did, Roy. We started in like March, like, hey, let's do something for Christmas, and they were like, cool. But why are we talking about it now? Because we got to get started. It's March. And they're like,
That's
what?
Right. Or else it's going to be the next Christmas after,
And we barely got it done. And like right before Thanksgiving, ran into all kinds of issues. And it was only like a 5-minute film, but still, that's the way it goes.
Yep.
So, Mark Lum, welcome to the show. I noticed you had even more credits in the film. What's going on there? You're the man behind the scenes.
Well, they needed another introduction to Dr. Tam to continue the ongoing story. So I got a little more time in front of the camera. But actually, this other than being director of photography and given the title of director, a lot of the work was done by David in terms of the editing, which is a really large process. He really put a lot of time into that, and had to do a lot of post-production items, especially all the things that we missed while we were shooting the first time. He had to blot out a whole bunch of background distractions and etc. So I don't know if you'd say that I was more involved other than being in front of the camera more. That's what I would say.
Oh, okay. So somebody had a question about cameras. What kind of camera and sound equipment do you use? The video is very crisp and the sound is clear. That's Mark Ferguson. He's part of our group.
We used actually 2 cameras. Mike, you can explain what your camera equipment was.
Back during Borg Hunters, we were using a Canon D70. And we also had that connected to a microphone, and I can't remember the name of the company, but it was one of those $40 mics that you got on Amazon. I had it up on a stand, on a C stand, and that's going to angle it down because you want to have it close, so it's not too echoey and stuff. But those are the main cameras, and then we had another backup camera. I think it was also a Canon. Is that right? Or was it?
And that was my camera.
Yeah,
I had a Panasonic. I think it's a FZ300. But it also the main thing was whether or not it was a Panasonic and a Canon. They were good products in terms of they could take very good high resolution pictures, and they were very good about the video streaming. So we just did what we had with. So
right, yeah. I mean, that's how most of our stuff is actually done pandemic style with green screens and whoever's phone can record. So we have to deal with that too. Were you able to actually record 4K, or is that too much? Take up too much space on the hard drive?
I don't think that we.
I don't believe we did 4K. I mean, we weren't planning on having a 4K release necessarily.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense too.
Because we're figuring, it's going to YouTube, and scale it down a little bit.
And
so,
or was it 1080p? I think. I don't know. We were 4K. Yeah.
So Sean Foon wants to know what software you're using to edit, David.
Yes, for the second Borg Hunters, which I edited, I used DaVinci Resolve.
Oh yeah, I use that sometimes. Yeah. You got the free version or the paid one with all the bells and whistles?
I use the free version. I don't want to pay if I don't have to.
Exactly. Why not? Okay. So, Bruce, did you have a question? Unmute yourself. You're muted.
Oh.
Nah, it's still not working.
No.
Can't hear you,
on.
Bruce.
Yeah, I can't hear you. But
But
he typed, what camera equipment is, camera equipment is improving every day. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh
There you are.
yeah,
Hey,
Where you been?
Can you hear me now?
Trying to do a live
Um,
show here, man.
Actually, my first question was actually Mark Lum. Is this your first time directing?
well, I've been assigned the title director by David. So this is probably my what was this my fourth project or my third project?
Maybe fourth.
Mark has
project,
done,
right?
Mark has done multiple projects and he's being too humble. He's directed all the projects that we've been doing, even though sometimes we help him along and so on. But he's been the main person that directs and tells us where to stand and shoots the video and he tells us do it again or whatever that is. Or
Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
So yes, he is truly the director on most of
I think this is my fourth project, right? We did.
I don't
we did,
know.
Motion picture one. We did Time and Time Again. We did Borg 1, Borg 2.
Yeah.
Has there been a fifth one? I don't think so.
Well,
I think that's it.
We have done other films for other people too,
Yeah.
and on occasion, Mark has also composed music for us too.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Wow, multiple hats. Big time.
Many hats, yeah.
So
And-
who
and-
directed Wrath Redo?
David.
Oh, that was that was a short Trek
Yeah.
film. It was 90 seconds long.
Yeah, Trek's in 96.
Yeah, that one starred Mike as
Yeah.
Captain
We
Kirk.
got time. Let's look at that real quick.
Stuck in the Nexus. Yeah, I directed.
Oh, there we go. No way.
Oh, in the Nexus. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This was pretty good.
That's actually my kitchen.
Oh. It makes me hungry.
Mm-hmm. Having some problems there.
Good acting there, huh?
In the Nexus, and you don't have a good can opener. That's more like hell than heaven, isn't it?
There you go. That's, oh.
Oh, you
Now
crack me
that
up.
had to win for best short, right?
No, we actually didn't win.
Best dramatic short.
But it
No,
was just fun. We did
No,
get
it was a Trek's in 96 thing. I think it was Jonathan Lane's project, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he the one that was running that?
I
Trek's
don't
in 90 seconds.
no, yeah, Jonathan Lane was. There were there were a number of different films that were submitted, but yeah, we were not one of the winners of that. However, we did get selected for a film festival. This film,
right.
and I forgot exactly the name of it. It was a local LA festival, and Mike did attend as our representative at that festival. So
We got a good response too.
All right. Well,
I have to
enjoyed
admit that I did not direct that one.
Okay.
But
Are
it's
you
great.
saying it wasn't good? It was fine. No,
We
I
did it
appreciate
all.
that.
I think if I recall correctly, Mike, didn't we do it all in 90 minutes at the
Pretty
most?
much. It was just
Wow.
part of a fun little afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Wow.
just did it. Yeah,
90 minutes for 90 seconds of film. That's a pretty
yeah,
good
that's
ratio.
right. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
pretty
that's a
good
great ratio, actually.
Yeah. Let me pull Bruce out of the room for a minute and put Matt in. Okay. Here we go. So,
We need some reverb. Yeah.
yeah, this
Right.
is Matt Arnold. And if you talk when he does, you're going to hear a reverb.
Yeah.
So, you got any questions for the group?
I was wondering what kind of cameras are that y'all had. I
answered that one.
I use this little camera right here. Bring this thing out of this here. That's what I use.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's a cheap camera, but I use a hook, take that, plug it in, or I use an XLR cable plug into a wireless mic, and that seemed to be working pretty good for what some of the stuff I've recorded.
So, what do you think of Wrath 3?
I like it. I like it.
Short and to the point.
Yeah, I thought he was good. That's pretty good. Mike did a good job on that. I give 2 thumbs up.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we have a scoring system where we up to 2 thumbs, or if we didn't like it, we probably won't even release a review, but it would be like, I can't say if I'm going to like it or not, or I'm not going to comment, or then we're not going to release the review because it was just not good enough to, we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings and that kind of a thing. We really are trying to help promote love and trust within the fan film community, help each other get a little bit of publicity on each other's channel and that kind of a thing. So don't take anything personally. You're filmmakers, we're filmmakers, so it's not like we're armchair critics per se, out there going, well, that haircut's wrong, and that kind of thing. So it's like when I saw the Avalon universe the first time, my first reaction was, what's going on? It wasn't, no, that's wrong. I'm like, hey, this is interesting. It kind of looks like TOS, right? But it looks a little different. And, the costumes have kind of changed over the years so that they look more consistent. And they've got their own insignia, just like TOS would have done, which is what we're trying to do. And, they've created a fantastic little universe over there at the Avalon universe. So yeah, they, periodically we'll do a Wolf and Reynolds type film festival over here and do a review on those, and eventually those things will come out. Of course, George Cayenne, we've done a couple of those, and various groups, Star Wars even. There's a couple of Star Wars fan groups that we did. So yeah.
Well, even David in Starfleet International, they started off in a different time period. They started in the movie era,
right?
And that was interesting as well.
Yeah, I know we did a review. I'm not sure if we released it or not on the TOS era, the movie era. But yeah, we've done reviews with you guys before. But a lot of them is like on Sunday we meet, and part of the team building is to watch somebody else's film and kind of say, okay, well, what would you have done different if you didn't like, you had questions. Okay. Like, David, I had questions on Borg Hunter, right? Chakotay is an advisor, but is he the XO or is he just there? Because you mentioned in the captain's log on Borg Hunters that Chakotay was your mentor, and your commander, or in your chain of command before, but now he's there on your ship as an advisor and a mentor, right? But it's not really clear what the command structure is between you and Chakotay. And he seems to be acting like an XO, because he's definitely saying, you're in charge, you're the captain. So is that what's going on? Is he like the XO, or sort of just another captain?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty accurate characterization of him. He's
okay.
He's a captain, but he.
Don't forget to take out your trash cans.
That's right. It's garbage day.
That's enough, Alexa.
Talking about our film.
Yeah. Well, our films are not garbage, so do not take them to the curb.
Yeah. No metaphors here.
All right. Well, any other comments on that? Anybody from Borg Hunters Group? You got any comments on anything that you think we might have questions on?
I have to comment that David's very creative and we're very adaptable to his creation. In part, I think Chakotay was a captain also because he had 4 pips.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's true.
We didn't have 3 pips.
Right. Well, I mean, he should be.
David, I like that you pick significant episodes to film. You pick things that are relevant and they have a reason to exist. You know, it's something that's actually, you know, kind of popular today, or I don't know if I should say popular, but prevalent. You know, whatever else when they're talking. You know, how do we deal with refugees? You know,
right.
How would you deal with refugees from the Borg? You know, they're not responsible for the position that they're in. You know, is it fair to shuttle them off aside? As a government, can you just throw up your hands and say, "Hey, they're on their own"? That doesn't seem very responsible. You know, so I'm glad that you take on some of those issues and kind of give a reason for what it does. And this isn't the first time you've done it. You've done it in other films that you've done, that you've addressed, you know, human rights issues and
prejudice and
Starfleet protocols and rules. You know, and you know, are they actually really doing the right thing? You know, I think that's trying to maintain a utopia is harder than it looks. You know,
big time.
That's a pretty valid point, because, you know, in the future, there's going to be future problems that we never heard of. And this whole situation with the Borg and you know, maybe bringing people back, that would be a potential, you know, thing that just no one had done yet before. And future problems going to need future solutions. And Gene Roddenberry was never very clear on how this utopian future worked. But, you know, we got to do what we can to try to continue that ideal anyway.
Right. Well, in our headcanon over here at Task Force 78 and Task Force 81, which is Kenneth May's films, we believe that the so-called Star Trek utopia is actually on Earth, and that Earth is, you know, as the major part of the gathering all the Federation together, is trying to export that utopia with no money, you know, everybody's needs being met, everybody has housing, and, you know, nobody goes hungry, that kind of a thing throughout the Federation. So we're on a colony. Our whole series is based on a colony, the Salisbury colony, and it was settled by mostly English speakers from the European Union, North America, you know, India, Pakistan, wherever you speak English, or even as a second language. If you wanted to go and settle on this colony, you went. And that was about 100 years before Star Trek TOS era. Okay. So we have our challenges. Yeah, we still use money. You know, it's like Salisbury dollars, right? But they are 1 credit. You know, a Salisbury dollar is 1 Federation credit. So, you know, all right. So we're being joined by Jerry.
I made it.
Oh,
Yay!
hey.
Hi, Jerry.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm better. I just had a medical procedure done, so I'm driving right now, but at least I was able to hook up with you guys.
Yes. Even if you can't stay for long, we appreciate you showing up.
No problem.
We had a question from the audience. How long did it take to create the Borg suit, and what kind of materials did you use, and what was the biggest challenge creating the suit?
I built that Borg suit initially. It took me about 5 weekends. I probably had about 50 hours into it. That suit was built about 15 years ago.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and I keep adding to it every year. And as my wife would say, no children's broken toy is safe around me, because everything I see laying around, if it looks cool, I'm going to assimilate it. So
why not?
And it gets bigger and it gets better every year, and the Star Trek fans absolutely love it. So
yeah, I agree.
Enjoy. Yeah.
All right. So
and I'm an artist, so it helps,
That's a sound question. Like the sound that you use in the film, it was very low key, didn't overpower the dialogue. Well done. Also the music. This is Mark Ferguson asking the question on Borg Hunters 1. He enjoyed the whole film because he's got some hearing issues, but it was a level volume. The music didn't overpower the dialogue, that kind of a thing. And so he wanted to at least mention that that was fantastic. And he gave it 2.5 thumbs up, by the way. So I had to criticize him on that. It was only 2 thumbs, man. What are you
Well, Mark deserves the credit for the sound design on the first film. He was responsible for a lot of the music, actually, and for just maintaining a good balance between the sound and the dialogue. So he wore multiple hats on that one, especially.
Right. So,
I ended up with COVID, so I got to spend a whole week in my office just working on the project. So it gave me reason to do something other than sleeping and being isolated in an office doing nothing.
Well, it gives you something to do. Why not?
Yeah.
All right. So the next question: who made your costumes? I think this was for Jerry.
Yes.
You made it, right?
I did. I've been building armor, anything armor, for the last, 20 years. So I've been doing it for a long time. And in my apartment upstairs, every wall has an armored character standing up against it. So I've also got a very patient wife. I've got I've done everything from Iron Man to RoboCop to you name it.
Oh.
It's up there. And the Borg was actually a dare back in the Hilton days when we had Star Trek The Experience. And they said, well, Jerry, you're known as Armored Warrior on Facebook. And I go, yeah. Well, why don't you build the first armored Borg? And I thought, well, that sounds like kind of a cool project. So I did some thumbnail sketches. And everybody kind of liked it. And I decided just to go ahead and build it. And the whole suit is made out of EVA foam. It looks just like solid steel, looks like solid metal, because I came up with a process to make it kind of look that way. And that entire suit probably doesn't weigh any more than maybe 10 pounds max.
Wow. It looks heavy.
Yeah. It's very, very light, but it gets really hot especially if you're outdoors. Like when we were filming out there, outside in that grassy area, oh boy. It got pretty toasty in there.
So do you have some kind of fan unit working in there, or?
I didn't at that time, but I am implementing a fan in there right now. I'm actually adding a couple of little computer fans, running them off a little low voltage circuit, so that at least I have air in the chest cavity blowing up towards my face to try to get a little circulation in there.
Oh.
So.
So like a 5-volt thing or what?
Yeah, a little 6 volt deal. You know, very low voltage. Yeah. You know,
Right.
and then I've got batteries galore in there. I'm working on a battery pack to run all the LEDs because it's got a lot of LEDs, a lot of flashing lights, a lot of bling bling in the suit. It looks great in the evening. And I'm rewiring it so that I can run it all off of one battery pack on the back of the suit. So it's still it's still a work in progress. You know, it's been a lot of fun. I think doing the Borg, designing it, building it, coming up with something different, that's probably been my most fun project that I've done since I've been cosplaying. Love it.
And you wear this at conventions?
Yes, I've worn it at conventions. Oh my gosh, yes. They've actually had me wear it to work. I'm an upper level executive for a property management company, and on Halloween, they actually had me wear that thing at work. It scared the hell out of the girls. They didn't know what they were looking at. They're just like, what is it? You know, it's a Borg. And they're like, what is a, you know, they're not Trekkies. They don't know anything about Star Trek. And they thought, well, what is a Borg? And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be here for an hour trying to explain this, you know. But it's been a lot of fun. You know, that's really been my most fun project. And the fans absolutely love it. At the Star Trek conventions, especially the one at the Rio in Las Vegas, I come down the elevator and I have my best friend Jeff with me. He's my crowd control guy because as soon as they see me walking out the elevator, I can't even get 5 feet, and everybody wants that Kodak moment. So
Right.
it's pretty crazy. So a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh no, what is it? We're being invaded by aliens.
Yeah, they have no idea. The first time I did that, wore that suit, I had to walk through the gambling area, and even the gambling slowed down. Everybody just was staring at it, thinking, "What the hell is that?" You know, they had no clue what's it supposed to be. You know, so
wow.
And then I finally had one gentleman come up to me, a guy like my age, you know, really young. And he said, is that a Borg? And I said, oh, thank God. So you recognize it? He goes, only because of the head. He said, I don't know what the hell all the rest of that is. He says, but it's cool looking. Yeah. So I said, well, as long as it has that wow factor and people really like it and they realize that it is a Borg and that it represents Star Trek, that's all I care.
Right. So, well, I think that you have to be adaptable. Successful. You know, you have to use what you have available, and you know. So I appreciate the effort that you went to try to make it look authentic.
Thank you.
I think it's obviously representative of what a Borg should look like, whether it's something that you've actually seen on screen before or not. So.
Well, it represents really, really well. And you know, cosplay is more than just somebody, you know, putting on a suit. When I do my cosplay, I actually study the characters. I watch the movies over and over and over again. I try to get the same kind of movements, the same twist of the head and all that stuff. So when you put something like that on and you walk out into the public, say a Star Trek convention, they're just wow struck because they can't believe what they're seeing, because they're seeing not only the suit, but they're seeing the movements and the whole works. So it's like it came right off the screen. And the best part about that is I get to be on the inside looking out and just seeing the expressions on their faces. It's worth every minute of building that thing. It's been a great experience.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate that you've gone to so much trouble to make it look real.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh, very much.
So I think we should probably go ahead and watch the film. So here we go.
Captain's Log, Stardate 69315.2. Harry Kim commanding. We are on the maiden voyage of our newly refitted ship, renamed the USS Okada. We were investigating gaseous anomalies when we encountered an unexpected and perilous situation.
Damage report.
Engine number 2 is inoperable. The ship's firing up again.
Evasive maneuvers.
Direct hit to engine number 1.
Dr. Tam, what do we know about them?
Ship origin is unknown. Nothing in Starfleet records.
Oh, great. Who are they?
It appears the alien ship's encountering trouble.
Target the engines. Fire photon torpedoes.
Locking target. We missed the target. They fooled us.
Shields down to 10%. We won't survive another hit.
Hail the ship regarding terms of surrender.
Harry, I strongly advise against it.
It's our best chance for survival.
Hailing in all known languages. No response.
The ship is powering up weapons.
Brace yourselves.
Congratulations, Harry. We're all dead.
Every time they make a new test, it gets harder.
It's still just a test of character, right?
Let's hope so, or we're in big trouble.
I'm detecting a signal, although a weak one.
From where?
It's coming from Merrick 2.
Merrick 2? That's an uninhabited planet.
Yeah, it's inhospitable to life. Toxic gases sometimes seeps to its surface.
Dr. Tam, are you okay?
This thing sometimes bothers me.
I'm sorry they couldn't remove it, not without harming your brain.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Well, can you pinpoint the location?
Atmospheric interferences causing difficulties. Wait. I think I have it.
Let's go take a look.
Harry, it's not part of our mission.
What if someone is hurt? The gaseous anomalies can wait.
Aye, sir.
We'll need everyone to come down, especially you, Dr. Tam, if you can.
There you go.
Lieutenant Wada, set coordinates to beam us down to Merrick 2.
Aye, sir.
Energize.
Love that effect.
This truly is a desolate place.
Dr. Tam, anything?
So far, no. Wait, did you hear that?
Hear what?
A voice.
I didn't hear anything.
Neither did I.
It was brief. Wait, I'm picking up a signal. It's this way.
something strangely familiar about it.
Oh no. You may be in danger.
What do you mean?
I'm sensing something. Heads up!
Wow.
Ah!
Oh, wow.
Surround him!
Where's your Borg blaster?
We aren't here to hurt you. We're from the Federation. Put down your weapon. I am Captain Kim of the USS Okada, a Federation ship. This is Captain Chakotay, my acting first officer. Dr. Tam, Chief Medical Officer.
Why did you attack us?
I didn't know who you were. I thought you might try to harm me.
We picked up your signal and came down to investigate.
I was trying to alert a Klingon ship of my whereabouts.
Who are you and why are you here?
I am Gerard from the House of Kor. I took a ship to get away from the Borg Collective. My ship ran into a problem, and I was forced to land here.
A Klingon Borg?
Klingons are usually a little better at resisting assimilation.
Our previous mission involved rescuing disconnected Borg drones to help them de-assimilate. Our ship still has a regeneration chamber. We can take you to a starbase to be restored who you were.
I would rather die than let any fetties touch me.
Harry, a word? May I remind you that Starfleet regards disconnected Borgs as enemy combatants?
I know, but we can't leave him here.
Maybe we can notify the Klingon embassy and let it be their problem.
Maybe you're right. We should.
Uh-oh.
Tremors! Toxic gases detected.
We need to get out. Lieutenant Wada, forward to beam up. Welcome to the USS Okada.
This is such a puny ship.
It may be small, but it can do a lot.
We have a Borg regeneration chamber. Come over and rest.
It's okay. It's safe and it works.
We will go to a starbase where I know someone who can restore you to being Klingon.
Ship decloaking.
Captain, they're hailing us.
On screen. I am Captain Kim of the USS Okada.
I'm Commander Kor. You have one of our people.
What makes you think that?
Bilka! I'm not stupid.
He is Gerard from the House of Kor. He escaped from the Borg Collective and needs to be de-assimilated.
He's of my house, and he was assimilated? Return him now.
What will you do with him?
He allowed himself to be assimilated. He is without honor. He must die.
Just a moment. Sound off. Chakotay, we can't turn Gerard over to him.
I don't think we have a choice, Harry. They have rights over him.
Dr. Tan.
J-Rod, what do you want to do?
I want to be a Klingon again so I can die with honor.
Sound back on. Kor. J-Rod wants to be Klingon again. We'll turn him over to you after that.
Then we have no choice but to destroy your vessel!
Kor, do you really want to trigger an incident between our people?
Bah!
Shields up.
I got plenty of time. All right.
Shields are holding.
That was just a warning shot. Return the prisoner now!
Evasive maneuvers.
Yes, sir.
Just that Maquis maneuver.
Chakotay, return the favor.
Aye.
I like that idea. Yeah, the way you phrased it. Return the favor.
Direct hit, but no damage.
Go to war.
The engines are damaged. We're dead in the water.
You have nowhere to go. Prepare to be boarded.
Computer, initiate Omega 321. Authorization, Harry Kim.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Harry, what are you doing?
We're not giving them Gerard. Kor, we have started the self-destruct sequence. Is this a good day to die?
This is not over.
Computer, cancel Omega 321. Authorization, Harry Kim.
Command not recognized.
Cancel Omega 321. Authorization, Harry Kim.
Command not recognized.
Let me try. Computer, cancel Omega 321 authorization Chakotay.
Command not recognized.
Lieutenant Wada, try a manual override.
No response, sir.
30 seconds to self-destruct.
I think I can help, but I need to get into your computer system.
We'll try anything at this point.
15 seconds to self-destruct. Self-destruct sequence canceled.
Yes.
Gerard, what did you do?
Saved your life.
Sometimes it takes a machine to tell another machine what to do.
We need to repair the engines before they return. And fix that self-destruct program.
Incoming Alpha priority message.
Admiral Ramsey.
Captain Kim, the Klingon High Command has launched a formal complaint against you. They're accusing you of kidnapping a Klingon warrior and refusing to return him?
News travels fast.
Okay, let's hear it. Explain yourself, Captain.
We rescued a Klingon Borg from Merrick 2. The Klingons said they would kill him if we turned him over.
Assimilation is punishable by death.
You know Starfleet's policy on disconnected Borgs. What were you going to do with him?
Drop him off at Starbase 47 to be de-assimilated so he could die with honor.
We have to respect the Klingons' values and decisions. You must return him to them.
Don't we have to respect his values and decision?
It's not our place to arbitrate this issue. I'm sending you the coordinates to rendezvous with a Klingon warship.
For the record, I disagree, but I will follow it.
I had the honor of meeting Ambassador Spock years ago. He told me the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. He told me how Admiral Kirk responded, or the One. Report to me when you returned him to the Klingons. Ramsey out.
That's wrong.
Hail them.
Ah, Captain. I'm glad you're still alive. We're ready for you to beam over the prisoner.
Gerard, I am sorry. We did everything we could.
Apologies are for weaklings. I accept my fate. It is the Klingon way.
How do you say farewell in Klingon?
We have no such word. We just leave.
Then kapla.
Lieutenant Wada, energize. Dr. Tam, you did deactivate his Borg communications receptor, correct?
I believe I forgot to do that.
Uh-oh. You hear him yelling?
We are
Wow.
the Borg. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
Time to destroy a warship, huh?
What the Klingons thought about that?
Wow.
Yeah, to Harry Kim.
Hi, Leslie. Good to see you out there. Okay, now don't forget, our buddies are behind the scenes here watching the film with us. But wanted to let you know, guys, that I've enjoyed the show. I enjoyed your film, but I'm not going to influence what these other guys are going to say, okay? So I'll wait to give my rating at the end, as usual. All right, so Matt Arnold, tell me what you thought of Borg Hunters 2, The House of Kor.
I think the episode was really good. You know, they did an excellent job with CGI. The screen back when they're doing the screens and everything, they just jam up just like it should be, like you be on a starship.
Yeah.
And the costumes were great. The acting was good. It was. I give it 2 thumbs up, and I will give it 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 2 thumbs
10 out
up.
of 10.
Wow.
You know, I'm a critic anyway. When it comes to certain things, I think David and them did a great job on it.
Okay. That's pretty rare for us to actually give a 10 out of 10 to a fan film. I know Avalon Universe got a couple, and so did Wolf and Reynolds over at Warp 66. But and maybe a Star Wars film. I can't remember now. But yeah, 10 out of 10 is pretty rare. Good job. All right. Anything that you might have done differently if you were the writer or, you know, involved with their film?
No, I think everything fell in place like it should, and the way he told it told the story, the plot, and everything fell right in place like it should. And I figure something's gonna happen when the Borg beamed off of it. When they beamed it. That was a surprise right there. What's going to happen to that ship? The thing about it, they didn't kill him. He assimilated them. So,
right.
I knew in the last one that they made that the coracle node or whatever it was, the communications back forth to the Borg was not disconnected.
Right.
So, I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. I was thinking about that when he beamed aboard, and I seen him going after the rest of them. I figured it right then.
Okay. Well, Roy, what do you say?
I say just to keep him humble, 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Excellent movie. It's I think they did a really good job, and as I said, they tackled a real subject that has some impact on the world, and whereas it's something that that makes Starfleet real. You know, I have one quibble when Captain
Kim.
When Captain Kim, yes. See, that's very hard to say.
It is.
Yeah.
He never got promoted.
but Captain Kim engaged the self-destruct. I don't think that would have been a very effective tool, because the Klingon already told them that he was going to destroy their vessel if they didn't surrender the guys. So if they want to blow themselves up, I would think the Klingon would think, well, okay,
do my job for me.
Go ahead and do it. You know, whatever. You know,
Well,
the most I might have done is gave him some leeway to blow up, you know, where it wouldn't damage my ship.
Right.
But other than that, I think that that wouldn't be effective.
Okay. Well, you know, you never know until you try.
It's a small
right?
quibble, you know, but I don't think that that would have worked.
Okay.
And
well, I mean, that's coming from the writer in you also, so I get it, you know, but you never know until you try, right?
Here's a relation to that episode. Mark in the chat there says the doctor pulled a Jim Kirk when he put the tribbles beam
Yeah.
onto the Klingon ship.
Right.
But he reconnected the comm systems of Borg. He pulled that give you a little reference to the tribbles and all.
Right. Yeah, well, the communications were not severed, so that's like Kirk dropping the. Or it's Scotty that did that, but yeah. Okay, I got it. It's still not a bad score, and it's a small quibble. Each writer has his own way of telling a story, and I can't say that was wrong. But like you, I have my questions. Oh, I have questions. It doesn't mean that I hated the film. It's just, I don't know. Would that work?
No. Yeah,
You know?
I said it was a small quibble. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
all
I'm just saying. Some people would take that, as like, whoa. No, I know David's not like that, but I'm just saying for the audience out there, we're not arguing or anything. We just had questions. That's all. We do this every week. All right, Bruce, what do you say?
Hello. Well, I loved it. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought it was better than the first Borg Hunters, which I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the first one, but then when I saw this, I thought, wow, they really. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a 2 thumbs up on this. Of course, we can always find little things that, maybe do this or maybe do that. But tell you the truth, it was absolutely enjoyable. These guys did a great job. And I can't wait to see the next one.
Well, that's a good question, though. Is there a next one? We'll have to ask David. So 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Did I miss your score?
I would say a 10 out of 10 easily.
Okay.
Easily. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's cool.
I was enamored watching it.
I was too. Yeah.
I was just like.
That's a good score. That is a really good score.
Well, I'm disappointed they didn't have a fight between Harry Kim and and the Klingon warrior, or else that should have happened. It should have been a one-on-one battle to the end, to defending his honor.
The Klingon, but that's what he did. That's the whole point, right? He probably was talking to the doctor in the background.
They didn't beam down to the planet and settle mano a mano.
Oh, I see. Okay. I misunderstood what you meant.
And I'm being silly.
Okay. See, I'm in the serious mode, and you're doing the sarcasm thing, and it went. I'm sorry, I missed it.
I like the battle. Yeah, and I think it was a very good film. No matter how much Bruce doesn't like it. Yeah.
Here's what gets me. Every time a Klingon fights a Federation ship, it does more damage to the Federation ship. But when you return fire back to the Klingon ship or one of them, it hardly does any damage at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a trope, but it happens a lot. And then finally, we figure out what's going on and we destroy the Klingons, or we at least run them off. So it's perfect, actually.
It looked like to me that the photon torpedoes were weaker, hitting the Klingon ship, than one of theirs hitting the Federation ship. It just seemed like it's 5 times more powerful, and I said, wait a minute, something ain't fair here.
Well, did you see the size of the ships? I don't know if that was a strange perspective or if that was the actual sizes of the ships, but assuming that the bird of prey was larger than the other ship, why not?
But I also think that the ship that Captain Kim was leading was a little bit more advanced than some of the earlier Star Trek ships. So if this is Captain Kim and Captain Chakotay, then I would think some of their firepower is a little bit better than before.
Right.
The
It's a
Klingon
newer
ship
version
doesn't
of.
look like
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, you gave it a 10 out of 10. Okay.
10 all the way.
Excellent.
10 out of 10 all the way.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring the guys back so we can talk to them about the film, and I'll talk to you later. All right. So, guys, I have to say it's at least a 9 out of 10, 2 thumbs up. I enjoyed the story. I really enjoyed the interaction between the characters. Of course, the location that you filmed as a set is perfect for your era. Okay, your costumes are always on point. The Borg was fantastic, and it was cool that you were able to use the same guy as a different character. In another film. I really liked that because I did not recognize him in this film. I had to do a double take because I had just watched Borg 1, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, is that the same guy? Wow. I did not, maybe I'm face blind or something. I don't know. But, I don't see that much wrong with the film. I'm, like I said, I had questions, but that's just me. We're filmmakers too. We might have done it a little differently, and we're in a different era anyway. So, who cares what Harris thinks? So there's a lot of questions from one of our guys out there, Mark Ferguson, was asking, what age is Harry Kim in Borg Hunters 1 and 2? David, what age is Harry Kim roughly? When does this take place?
It could be, well, it's 20 years after Voyager.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Before Picard.
Well, it takes place roughly in the Next Generation movie era.
Okay.
First contact through Nemesis.
All right.
So
that puts it a little bit in perspective.
Yeah.
So there's your answer there, Mark. So yeah, his other question was how many years? It was 20. How many was on the Voyager? 7, 8 on Voyager roughly. I mean, if you go by seasons, it was 7. So, are you going to tell the backstory of how he got promoted in a future episode?
Oh well, I hadn't thought about that actually.
It's an idea.
I don't know. I don't know if it matters, but yeah, that wasn't anything I even contemplated or haven't contemplated. But that's something I guess we could explore if people care about that sort of thing.
I mean, if nothing else, maybe a dream. You've already didn't you do one where he dreamed that he didn't get promoted?
Yeah, that was one of the Avalon films.
Yeah,
that was a 90-second Trek thing where Harry Kim's Nightmare.
There you go.
That was the title of the film.
I should have shown that one. I didn't have it ready. I'm sorry.
I don't know we're obligated to do so since on Starfleet Academy, Admiral Kim is not explained either.
That's true too. Right. So in hindsight, do you have any thing that you might have done differently? And that might have included any of your pre-planning process, your post-production, VFX or sound effects or whatever, music choices. Can you think of anything that you weren't happy with either film? Or, you had aspired to do a certain thing and you couldn't achieve that level of VFX or something? And you went ahead and like we do, so that's it. I can't do that. So let's do something different.
I don't really kind of think that way. generally, I look at what resources we have and think about how could we maximize the resources that are available to us.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, sure, if we could have filmed in a huge studio with green screen and use that as film the planet scene in that, yeah, that would have been great. But that's not something that's realistically available to us.
Right.
So so I look at what are the things that we have to work with? How can we maximize the use of that? How can we, do the best that we can with what we have? And then, as far as I'm concerned, I'm content with that. So, I mean, it's up to others to say what we could have improved or what we could have done better. And I'm fine with listening to suggestions.
Okay, I appreciate that too. Yeah. Well, here's my question. Where's 7 and 9? I wanted to see her in this episode. I saw her in the last one. What the hey?
Well, we can't always have everyone on every episode. So
that's true.
Yeah. And we had her on the first one, so that was enough.
No, it wasn't.
We had Janeway on the first one.
You got to see her on the Picard series, so that.
Well, that's true too.
That should satisfy you, I think. Unless you
I'd be satisfied with a fight scene between her and a Klingon. Okay, work on that one.
Well,
here I am demanding things from you. I'm sorry.
Maybe you should try to keep demanding that Paramount or CBS make Star Trek Legacy. Then you can see more. You can see more of Captain 7.
There you go. I would love to see that. I would watch a 7 show. Okay, Captain Annika Hansen or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I'd watch it.
Well, I read that they did discuss some kind of a show with her following the Picard series, but it was not something she wanted to do. So,
well, yeah, it is up to the actress also.
There was an attempt to do that.
Right. I would have loved to have seen a Captain Worf, a Captain Sulu, even Sulu's daughter as a captain on her own era, Well, what's wrong with you guys? Come on.
Well, we did our part.
The fans are asking for.
We did our part, and we gave you Captain Harry Kim.
Absolutely. And you know what? That is actually something that the fans wanted, and I appreciate that. I thank you very much for bringing Harry up to the proper rank, but I still want to know how he got promoted. All right, so Mark, what comes to mind when you were creating the sound for the film? Did you think about the scenes and mood, the shift? So if it's not Mark, whoever is associated with the sound on this particular film or both films.
David's the sound design. I'll give it to David.
Okay. So it was like, how did you come up with creating your sound, I guess is the question. Did you, consider the scene and then the mood shift and all of that? That's what we do with our music.
Yeah, there's different types of sound that you want to have. And I have to credit a filmmaker named Russell Emanuel, which you may have heard of. He's really an excellent independent filmmaker. And he was the one who told me years ago that sound in your film is even more important than the picture. And
it can be.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said. He said the sound is even more important than the picture. So that got me more focused after that on making sure that the audio was strong in whatever films we would do. So, of course, in the ship scenes, you want to make sure you have all your beeps and that sort of thing as appropriate. When a video comes on, you want to have a little beep here or there. I wanted to have kind of a ship-wide voice in this film, so that's why we had basically a female ship-wide voice that would, state things like, giving us the countdown during the self-destruct sequence.
Right.
And then music, to me, to me, the music's very important to me. I want to make sure, and this is something that Mark and I learned a few years ago from Mike. What's his last name? Michael Giacchoni, whatever his name is, the one that scored. Yeah, the one that scored, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek films.
Wow.
He
I like
was
the
at,
music in the J.J. films.
Yeah, he was at a Star Trek convention a number of years ago, and Mark asked him, because we were working on our first film, and he asked him, how do you come up with the music for the films? And Mark, correct me if I remember this wrong, but he said, you first think about what mood you're trying to create. What is the mood of this particular scene? And that, that will help you, guide you as far as, what kind of music you should compose. So I've always remembered that. So whenever I look at a scene and I'm thinking about what kind of music would go with that, I always think, what is the mood of this particular scene? And that helps guide me to the particular type of mood or the music that would capture that type of mood.
Well, who's your major source for music? Do you use open source or whatever that's called, the free royalty-free stuff, or do you ask a particular composer?
Yeah, I use a number of different sources. The main one I've been using lately is Pixabay.
Yeah, me too.
They've got just tons of free soundtracks for all kinds of emotions and mood that you can imagine. So I explore the things that are available to that, and then when I find something, or I'll find maybe several that could fit, and then we'll narrow it down to the one I want to do, and that's what I use. And, fortunately, they're all free and royalty free and copyright free. And certainly easier to do than to try to hire or get Mark to compose music, So I'm trying to save him some time, because he's a busy guy.
No kidding. Yeah, I recently met David McHenry. When he's the composer that does most of Joe Cepeda's films, and he's offered to do some music for us. So, wow, if I don't have to go to Pixabay, that'd be great. But Pixabay is still a good source for royalty-free music and sound effects, and I do use a lot of that. All right. Do you have meetings where you discuss your dialogue and stuff like that? Mark is asking because you've been in one of our table reads, where we take the script and get the actors together and kind of get the mood together, so that everybody can interact better when they're actually on the set. Do you do stuff like that? Or do you just do one take and let's go on,
Actually, we, except for one other film that we did, we haven't done any table reads. Generally, the people who are going to be acting in the scenes that we're going to film, they have the script, they look at it ahead of time. We get together for the filming, and then we just kind of maybe rehearse things there and try to work out any kinks or changes. And that's when we, and then after we do that, then we'll shoot it. Sometimes, we'll try to get multiple takes if we can, but oftentimes we're in such a rush to try to get things done that we'll just do one take and that'll be it.
Yeah, it depends on how things go.
I think at this point also, because we've worked together on many films now, we kind of know how each other works, and I think that comes across that we really do know each other, and we're friends with each other, just as we would be, colleagues on the starship, and so we kind of have our way of working together.
I think that comes across in the films that you're making together too, as part of the crew, or a character on the film. It's apparent that you guys know each other, and it comes across as natural. So that's something that you can only achieve with professionalism and getting to know each other over time. So it's obvious that you guys have some chemistry there, And that's something I think that all of your fans appreciate. Anybody got any questions for Mark? Mark Lum?
I was going to make a comment that our process is more like, you remember the film Ed Wood, the one take guy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the guy runs into the door?
Right.
That's sort of our modus operandi, because we just don't have enough time to do a second take sometimes. So
right. I didn't want to make that comparison, but yeah, I because somebody, Ed Wood was the master of B movies. Okay, one take Ed Wood, and like you said, the actor came in, slams the door, and the set almost falls over, and he goes cut, and they go, wait a minute, the wall was moving, and he's like, so what? Nobody will notice. Next.
It's real, yeah.
And I think we're very fortuitous that we had enough of whatever takes we had that we were all to put it together. You saw the editing, that the second film, there was a number of things that I was going, how are we going to take care? How's David going to put that together? But somehow he was able to do that, and a little Photoshop magic, as we'd say, and you saw what we got. Yeah.
Right.
Well, one of the keys too, I think, is that we shoot a lot of coverage. Like you'll notice, when Gerard is he first appears on the ship, and he's going to get into the little Borg chamber thingy that we got there. We cut to his feet.
Exactly.
So there's little bits like that. Yeah. And it helps show off the set. It shows that he actually has to do something to get into the thing, but it's also good to have this, a cutaway.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a cutaway, or people listening. That's something that we learned, just to have more coverage. So someone's talking, you can use two different segments of different takes, but if you cut to somebody listening, it seems seamless.
Right. Well, that's what I was telling David about our productions, that David is helping us with In Deep Mud. Okay, we have a film that we're producing together. He's allowed us to use some of the actors that he's found, like Bruce Turner over here.
Yes.
And he's filmed a lot of scenes already, and we're looking forward to continuing some filming, probably at Bruce's house in the near future, after the convention season settles down a little bit more. But we did a table read. We've had some StreamYard meetings like this, but I mean, they're more boring because it's centered on our story. But that's the thing is David's been able to cover all these different angles and close-ups and medium shots, and he doesn't even have to call me and say, hey, did you want a close-up of whatever? He just shoots it. So I'll have something to do when I'm editing if it looks, I don't know, when you're editing something, something might look strange to go to another angle, but he's already got it covered. And if he doesn't, we've got the VFX guy, Kenneth Mays, who's creating the virtual sets. We're shooting on green screen mostly, and the virtual sets, like the one behind me here, this is not a Ken Mays. This is an AI thing that I created for Mud's shuttlecraft. But with the magic of green screen, you can put those extra shots in and make it all seamless. So good on you. We appreciate your help on that. So Roy and Bruce and Matt, do you have any questions? Any other comments?
Well, I love the set that you guys have, of course. I'm curious, how much do you have to bring to that set to make it all work? I notice there's a lot of different backdrops, a lot of different consoles, whatever else. Are there things you have to do to enhance it, or is it pretty much the way it is?
It's a 360. Every room. Oh yeah. It's totally immersive. You walk into there, you can look in any direction, you can go into any room, and you're on a Starfleet vessel.
Do you want to name drop the optometrist? name?
Can we
It's
do that?
it's an office, right?
Yeah,
It is an
yeah.
office.
It's not a secret. His name is Garrett Wada, and
Dr. Wada. Okay.
yeah, he's based in Orange County. Actually, he recently sold the business to a fellow optometrist. So another optometrist is actually the owner of that business now. But he also is a Trekkie, and he's going to maintain. Fortunately, he's going to maintain the Star Trek interiors as they are.
Excellent.
And Garrett is continuing to work there part time.
Okay.
So he still has a tie to that place. So it's still there, and hopefully we'll be able to use it again for a future Borg Hunters film.
And he's my optometrist.
Excellent.
and he also played Lieutenant Wada in the second film.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, same guy.
I was thinking of that.
Well, that's a young optometrist, yeah.
Right.
Well, he's actually of retirement age.
He looks young.
He's very youthful. He's very youthful.
Retired now, except for working one day a week.
Yeah, the weekend. Yeah.
But yeah, we've been very fortunate that he's been generous in allowing us to use the office to film in, and we decided to have him be part of the crew this time, and he's also a hardcore Trekkie himself, so it was good to have him be part of the crew.
Yes, I found him on Instagram and have been following him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Cool guy. And welcome back, Jerry.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I was on the freeway, had a little accident going on, so we had to kind of get offline and go around it. So.
Oh,
excellent.
Not you.
California 405, That's the norm out there. So. Yeah.
So, in case you missed it, we basically gave you 9.5 or 9.6, 2 thumbs up on the film.
Wonderful.
And the last film was a 9, I want to say a 9.4, something like that. So, I mean, it's not bad.
You can't ask more than that. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. Mark Ferguson's asking, where do you find your inspiration?
Inspiration. My wife can tell you it doesn't take much for me to be inspired. Everything inspires me anymore nowadays. So, it doesn't really take much, I mean, going to these conventions and stuff, you see so much talent. Going to the conventions, I'm constantly taking pictures of some of the costumes, and a lot of young people with an amazing level of talent nowadays. Everybody's got these nice little 3D printers where they're making all these articulate little designs and things like that. And of course, my challenge is, well, you know what? I can do better with that with my EVA foam. And they look at it, they go, that's not EVA foam. I said, the hell it's not. Try to touch it. They're like, that is foam. I go, yeah, dude, I do this by hand. I don't print it, So, but yeah, it doesn't take much for me to be inspired at all. I just like to think outside the box. I just finished designing and building the very first Klingon armor.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, and the first time it'll be seen will be at the 60th. And it's going to be interesting just to see what the crowd does when they see it. And of course, that's the fun part about it is letting them try to figure it out. It's just going to be just like the whole Borg thing all over again. They go, what the hell kind of Klingon is that? So
it's a House of Kor. Don't you know anything?
Yeah, we're crying out loud. You're not watching the fan films here, people. Come on. So you got to get with the program. But it's being a little different. I mean, I do have some stuff that's articulately perfect in a Star Trek and the whole shot, but I've got some other stuff that I just have a lot of fun with, doing something a little different outside the box, and it gets their attention. And I just love that. So the Klingon armor, we'll see what happens, with it. But I think it's going to get a pretty good response. And of course, Dave is going to look at it. He's going to be going, Oh yeah, we got to put that in one of our films for sure. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, the trick's going to be to outfit at least 7 Klingons in the same type of armor.
Yeah.
How expensive would that be?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Think about it, because I have Klingons I need to get clothed.
Yeah. Well, the best part about the Klingon was the last convention, nobody knew who the hell I even was. I mean, they did not know. And I'm walking up and I'm being personal with some of these fellas, and they're looking at me like they're going to punch my nose, you know. And I say, hey, uglier than me, how are you doing? And they're going, excuse me, you know, kind of a thing. And I finally go, it's Jerry Powell. Jerry. He goes, oh my God, what'd you do to your face? You know, I said, it's called makeup. Yeah. So, but it's great when they don't know who you are. You know, and again, that's half the fun. You know,
right.
So if they can't identify you, then you know you did a good job. So
that's true too. When it comes to makeup and that kind of a thing, absolutely. I was telling the guys, I didn't recognize you I knew you were in the first film, and I knew you were the Borg. And then I watched this tonight. This was the first time I've seen it. Okay, I wanted to make sure that I had an honest reaction whenever you guys were present, and I did not recognize you until you spoke. And I'm like, is this the same guy? I couldn't believe it. So,
well, and I had to do some different things because I also had to come up with a little bit different kind of a voice.
Right.
You know, especially being aboard the ship, and I'm sitting there going, what a puny ship.
Right.
You know,
you had to put that
was hilarious.
Klingon inflection in there.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can be in a show that you can get killed off and still have a job, you know.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh, by the way, this is what Gerard used to look like before he was assimilated.
Wow.
I didn't know he was that small, David.
He's such a puny Klingon.
What a puny Klingon. Yeah.
A lot of detail in that model, yeah.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. But you know, the biggest part of inspiration too, and I'll tell you right off the bat, is working with David and Mike and Mark. These guys are amazing, and they have so much passion, you know, in creating these fan films. And I think that's what got me hooked. And I really wanted to be a part of it. You know, I wanted to be part of these movies and try to offer my little bit of talent with these guys and make some of these films. And it's just been an amazing adventure, you know, working with these guys. It's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but a lot of fun. So I'll throw that in there too.
Yeah,
I was going to say that. Yeah, that's what it's the product, but it's just the process too of going through it and enjoying each other's company. Yeah, I think there was a question I think from Bruce about, is there a blooper reel? I think, David, are you working on that?
Currently, no.
Okay. Currently, no.
Hey, man.
Simple answer is there's outtakes, and I don't have time to edit them into a blooper reel.
No, we all nailed it on the first take, guys.
Yeah, there was that. No bloopers. No bloopers at all.
There is a blooper reel that we did for the first Borg Hunters.
Yes.
I have not uploaded that to YouTube. Maybe I will. We showed it at the premiere of the first Borg Hunters film. We had an in-person premiere of local people in the LA area, and I did show it there. And I think I know one woman remarked that she liked the blooper reel even better than the Borg Hunters film.
Oh, great!
Wow.
But
however you like.
So maybe I'll upload that one. But I have not created one yet for our new Borg Hunters film. I did do one for a film we released about 2 years ago called Spare the Future or whatever it was.
Save the future.
Save the future, spare the past.
Save the future, spare the past, something like that. Anyway, I did make a film for that, but I haven't uploaded that one either. We just showed it at our in-person premiere.
That works too. It's sometimes better to be able to show something live at a convention or a public event and then release it on YouTube. That's what the Interfleet Broadcasting people did. They created a Battlestar Galactica film called The Lost Warrior. What's that the name of it, Roy?
The Stranded Warrior.
The Stranded Warrior. See, I keep getting them confused with the episode. The Battlestar Galactica episode is The Lost Warrior, and the film is The Stranded Warrior. So yeah, they produced it a while back, and they were showing it in person at conventions and film festivals. Got a good reaction, won a lot of awards, and they finally released it this week. So last week, sorry. And we've got a review for that coming up next Friday. So be looking for that. All right. Any last questions, Roy, Bruce? Any more questions for our guests?
Well, I think these guys did a really good job. I think they, there's a lot of experience there, and I think they really brought the believability factor into it. That's the hardest thing to do with working with amateur actors or Star Trek fan film people, is developing that sense of believability. And that's something that a lot of you guys just brought in just by stepping right in front of the camera,
Right.
So I bought it all, so I think that's because you guys believed it. You guys, really, took care of your characters all the way around, and you had a chance to play off each other. So it's, it's. I think I hope I get to see it years and years. Yeah. So
yeah, how many episodes do you have in mind, David? Is there a particular number, or are you just going along, as it inspires you?
We didn't have in mind a certain number of episodes. I think we just kind of go and see how the last one does. Mm-hmm. So when the first one did as well as it did, I thought, oh, let's make another one. And so based on what we've seen so far on this one, I think we are going to make a third one.
Excellent.
And I will. Oh, okay. You guys can. I'll tell you guys. This is
no.
You
heard it here first, everybody.
An exclusive to you. Okay. So I've already written the script, but Mark and Mike haven't given me their critical feedback on it yet.
Oh, okay.
So we still have to work it out, and I'm sure it'll go through like 11 or 12 iterations before we finalize it. Like if history is any guide.
Like us, yeah.
But the next film, you can probably guess a little bit what it might be about, but it's going to be called Borg Hunters: The Queen of Hearts.
Oh, all right. That works for me.
Yeah.
So a little bit of Borg Queen action, maybe, huh? Don't answer. No spoilers. Yeah, that would be a challenging idea if that's not what you're doing. That trying to actually create a Borg Queen. I mean, it's one thing to do it in 3D, in Blender or whatever, but actually having an actress fit in that latex-looking suit and look like the Borg Queen or a Borg Queen, that would be very challenging. And, if anybody can pull it off, you guys could do it. So,
well, fortunately, Jerry has already offered his services to create a Borg Queen outfit for us.
Excellent.
Whoa.
Wow.
Excellent.
Well, Jerry, that's going to be a very impressive acting job.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I keep trying to tell David I just don't have the figure for it, and I mean, I'm going to have to shave my face,
I don't know.
Jeez.
Put on a wig, put on a dress.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to do some modifications,
Okay, I'm going to drop Roy in the basement and bring Bruce out for a minute, okay?
Okay.
So,
Bruce.
Bruce. So Bruce Turner is playing Harry Mudd for us in Deep Mud, and hopefully a couple of other little shorts coming soon. Did you have anything special you would like to tell the group there, Bruce? Thank you, David, for introducing us.
Yeah. By the way, is my microphone okay?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Great. Well, I had a question for Jerry first. When did you join the film group with David and Mark and Mike?
It was before COVID, so it's been a few years. And then there was that period of time where we weren't doing a whole lot because of COVID, and then we kind of regrouped again and started filming again. So what, David, it's been, 3 years?
Well, as I recall, I think, because I knew that you had the Borg suit, and I knew that Garrett Wada had, great optometrist office that could make a great set.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Those were like the two main things that kind of inspired me to come up with the Borg Hunters film idea. So I know it was probably sometime, I don't know, in the midst of COVID. I think it was a little bit before COVID or sometime in the midst of the COVID.
Just slightly before, yeah.
That, I kind of asked you if you wanted to be, in the film. So it was, I don't know, I don't remember the exact year, but it was sometime during that period.
Yeah. And I'll never forget going in there and walking in on that set and seeing the inside of that shop. And I thought, oh my Jesus, God, look at this place. You talk about something helping you get into character. I mean, my God, it's like you're on the Enterprise. So
it's totally immersive.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, even with all the sound effects, I mean, everything was there. It was amazing.
That leads me to a question, David. Did you have to mute any of the regular sound effects that are going off all the time in the office so that you could do the things that you needed to do without that, so you could add it later?
Well, I think Dr. Wada was able to mute a lot of the sounds that he sometimes has running. The ambient sounds or the different things that are running in the background. So actually, I think the main problem, the main thing that we had to deal with was occasionally hearing a car drive by.
Yeah.
And to delay the shooting or reshoot. And sometimes talking that was going on in the background.
Yeah, where
it wasn't part of the script.
Bruce has sirens going by, and Roy has trains. So yeah.
Wow.
That's okay.
We had to deal with ambient sounds such as red alerts going off.
Yeah.
And every once in a while you hear the transporter beam going off. So he had that on loop. So we had to cut that off.
Some of the displays actually show cast members from the next gen show, and so we have to shoot around those or cover them up. Yeah.
So that was some of the challenges that we had to learn the hard way. We take the picture, or we take the film, and then we take it home, and there's a Beverly Crusher there in the background.
Well, can you in DaVinci though? You can insert a video over that and rearrange it to the right parameters. Right. I don't know if you need to talk about that. We can talk about that later. But it's one of those things you can save the footage that way.
I mean, in post-production, we were able to use techniques to get around that or to mask it, that sort of thing. So it was okay. Yeah.
It is difficult though when you're editing.
Pardon me?
It's a challenge when you're editing though. Yeah.
Yeah, but now that I've got experience doing it, it's not that hard. I know how to do it. So, the sound stuff that we have the most difficulty is when we were filming outside, like with the planet scene. we would, because we were filming that planet scene at a park. I don't know if you knew that was a park, but that was a park.
No, that was my next question was, where did you film? Because is this where you were talking about doing one of our scenes? Is this the same place?
No, it was
okay.
not. But we would have, we're near a local airport, so we would have airplanes flying all the time overhead. and then because it's a public park, you hear children in the background and that sort of thing, or cars driving by. So, we had that challenge. So either we film up around it, or I would muffle those sounds in editing.
And then they see, and then they see all 7 foot of me in a great big Borg armor in a bat lift, and people live right across the street. And they're looking at it, they're going, "What in the world?"
They call the cops.
Yeah, that drew a little bit of attention. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was filming something outside of a bank on a Sunday when nobody's, it was a town in the South where nobody's open on Sunday except the pharmacy. And somebody was inside the bank working, and they called the cops on us. So here I am standing outside in a gangster outfit, with the hat and everything, 3-piece suit and a machine gun toy,
Oh, wow.
Of course, I painted it to look more realistic, so I'm lucky the guy didn't kill me.
Oh, my gosh.
Everything worked out.
A few years ago when we were filming Spare the Future, Save the Past, that was an outdoor shoot too, and at a public place. And unbeknownst to me, when I scheduled the filming, right next door to us, on the day we were filming, was a ukulele festival.
Oh, wow.
Taking place. So, we had to deal with the sound of ukuleles playing, music and that sort of thing. And of course, all people that were walking around as well, they would get captured sometimes in the background. It made for great clips for me to use for the blooper reel, though.
Yeah.
Right. And Tiny Tim walks through. If you don't know, in the 60s, there was this guy called Tiny Tim, and he was an idiot, crazy person, and he made a living playing Tiptoe Through the Tulips with ukulele. Yeah. He even got married on live TV on Johnny Carson's show.
We're all young enough to remember.
Yeah. Well, I guess I told everybody my age.
Right there with you. Yeah.
Oh boy.
You got me thinking about that. You had me thinking about that whole muting thing, about muting the background, and I remember this specifically, and you guys are going to die because, when they brought me into that first film, I was novice, and I'm learning. I mean, I'm a ham, so obviously I fit right into the whole acting thing. Right. But having to be quiet while the guys are filming and all that. So here I am in the back, and these guys are doing a really hard, kind of an intense scene, and all of a sudden they hear my voice going, "Damn, these Subway sandwiches are pretty good. Thanks, David. And they're sitting there going, Jerry, what do you, I'm thinking, oh, you guys filming? And they're going, well, yeah, the lights are on, everything is, yeah, Jerry, So that would have been a good blooper right there,
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So they had to kind of,
hearing check. You got to get your hearing check. We kept on going, quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
Well, that opens another question. How is your hearing in that outfit? Is it muffled?
No, you can hear fairly good. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. It's just hot as hell on that thing after a while. So
yeah.
You take the helmet off and it grosses everybody up because you're just completely just drenched.
Yeah.
And then after you've been in that thing for about an hour and a half, you don't want anybody to get near you either. So, yeah.
Right.
Pretty steamy.
Well, it looks like they ran out of questions. So I guess I would like to mention one more time. I know it's your show, but I'd like to mention In Deep Mud. We did a film a while back in 2023 called Captain Roth's Final Message. And in that, it was revealed that Captain Roth is being held in a Black Ops site on a planet under the ground with androids. So we're sending a rescue team and that's where Bruce comes in. So, you know, I was looking for an actor to play Harry Mudd, and David was kind enough to have mentioned Bruce, and we did a, you know, a casting call, and everything worked out. I want to give you a couple of glimpses behind the scenes of what we've been working on. You know, this is one of our meetings where we had like a dress rehearsal with Brianna Liddy, who plays one of the androids, and of course Bruce with his King Mud crown on.
Love
I love it.
And this is Mud's planet. On the surface is an abandoned UESPA base that was abandoned during the Klingon War. And there's a turbo lift that goes straight down to the the area below where the androids are. But we abandoned the base before we ever drilled a hole through the wall to find out what was there. And this is Matt Arnold playing Captain Dylan on one of the rescue ships. This is Mud's shuttlecraft.
Wow.
Nice.
And
nice.
Couldn't decide whether to use that style chair or the Star Trek chairs, and we decided to go with that one instead of Improvement. I created it in AI, and then I used Meshy to create a 3D STL file or a Blender file, and sent that to our CGI artist, Ken Mays, and he's recreating the model. It looks better than this. So in the story, Mud will fly away in this particular ship. So spoiler alert, Mud, you know, gets away. Well, you knew that if you watched Star Trek the Animated Series, right?
That's right. He's back. Yeah.
Because he came back, and that was so the I Mud was like in January of '67, and the Mud's Passion, which is the animated episode, is in March, I think, and our story takes place on Valentine's Day. So there, we're bridging the gap.
Great.
So
that's wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah, great. Can't wait to see it.
Awesome.
So hopefully this year or early next year, we'll be able to get that together and run the numbers and see what happens. We appreciate you being here. We've enjoyed the films. We hope that you enjoyed our review. And we're trying to be honest, not brutal. You know, we're in the same boat as you. So we're our own worst critics. So if you guys want to review any of our films, and, you know, I don't expect a 10 out of 10 on any of them, okay? We know our flaws, so it's fine. But you know what? We're doing something, just like you guys. You guys have, you know, shown your talent. You've written nice, entertaining Star Trek style stories that your audience can enjoy. And I want to thank you personally, as a Star Trek fan, for what you've contributed to the fan film experience. So I look forward to also working with you guys later on some of our co-projects. And so just keep me in mind if you have, you know, we do voiceovers too. Okay. Our guys, if you need voiceovers, like in an emergency, you know, you're going to blow up again and you're hearing all these voices from the different departments. We do that kind of a thing too. So you write the lines, we'll work on it.
Well, we very much appreciate you inviting us, having us here. We thank you for the live watch of the film and for your honest critiques and the feedback. We feel very encouraged by, you know, what you have to share with us, and you know, we think that you've helped us to see that we're going in the right direction, and that we can continue to do what we do. And also, happy 60th Star Trek this year.
Yes, happy 60th. I've got to put something together. It's probably going to be like 90 seconds, but we'll have something done hopefully by September. So I'm going to drop Terry out and bring Roy in to say goodnight. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And here's Roy again. All right. So any last minute conversation there, Roy?
Oh, I'm just going to be ready to tune in for the next one.
There you go. And let us know if you need any little things. We're talking now, or you and I, David, are on the same wavelength on a lot of stuff. And I know you're doing Voyager Era, and we're doing TOS. But still, there's different little things that we can do to help each other out. And I appreciate everything you've done for us. So what comes around goes around. All right.
Great.
Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, my friends.
Yeah, thank you.
Live long and prosper.
You can stick around. I'll talk to you after the show.
In alien halls or hangars wide, they carry the dream on every tide. The voyage continues, the vision's clear. HarrisFilm Productions is always near. Task Force 78. The stuff dreams are made of, from Salisbury's rings to the stars above. Through fan film frontiers and review beams bright, we ride with HarrisFilm into the light. Together, beyond the stars. HarrisFilm Productions, boldly bringing fan films where none have gone before.
Transmission complete.